Hello and welcome to episode 54 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. I'm Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, 2 games for you. We're away to Exeter City and at home to Doncaster Rovers, both in League One. Since you were last with me, we've improved our form significantly. We're now on a run of 3 successive wins. Let's see if we can make that 4, and I'll show you the team for the Exeter game in just a moment. Okay, so here is the team then for that game against Exeter, and it is Pym in goal, back 4 of Earl, Stickland, Orr and Johnson, Hendry at the base of midfield, Coleman and Wirradu ahead of him, Mather on the left, Hayes on the right, McLaughlin up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well my assistant is recommending pick up where you left off last time out. We are on a good run, so I'm going to agree with him and let's get out there and try and win the game. So let's kick things off. As always, first 10 minutes we're just going to see how the game plays out, and then we'll make decisions based on what we have or indeed haven't seen. A demand more is absolutely needed. And Earl wins the header but finds only Wormleighton. He gets a fortunate deflection, but the shot in the end is over the crossbar, and Exeter are by far the better team at the moment, so we absolutely need to get on top of them and start dominating the match. Stickland now to Orr, into Wirradu. Back to Stickland, Coleman, turns it to Wirradu, into Hayes, out to Johnson on the right, turns, finds Wirradu, Hendry, crossfield ball for Earl, comes down the left, plays it forward for Mather, think he stayed onside. McLaughlin, James McLaughlin, has a first goal of the season. It is Exeter City 0, Fleetwood Town 1, and thoroughly delighted with that. So we'll continue the match, and hopefully we can build on what we've seen, and hopefully we can get a second goal to just improve our position very slightly. As you can see, that has lifted us into the playoff positions and dropped Exeter very slightly down to 8th. That's half time. Exeter 0, Fleetwood 1. Things are going well, capable of better. He's absolutely nailed it again. In terms of changes, I don't think there's anything I want to do at half time, so I'm going to go straight back out there, start the second half, and we'll review things as we go. So almost an hour in, and still no immediate need for a substitution. Or to Stickland, to Coleman. Earl is under pressure and has lost it to Dale. Smith, back to Chaplin. Haywood comes forward for Exeter, plays it straight to Wirradu, who finds Mather. Mather's been fouled there, and Wormleighton is off. So we're going to face 10 men for the last half an hour. Let's get Coleman off so that he doesn't join Wormleighton in an early bath. Cummings now for Exeter is robbed by Stickland, who finds Earl. Ball over the top for Mather, but it's headed back to his goalkeeper by Cummings. Keeper hits a long ball forward, or wins it. Wirradu into Hayes. McLaughlin to Wirradu. Ball over the top. Hayes is in behind. And that's a brilliant finish from Kean Hayes. It is Exeter City 0, Fleetwood Town 2, and we've played 65 minutes. Yeah, we absolutely continue after that with the changes, and I'm going to just pause it a moment. I'm going to make another 2 changes. So Hayes is going to come off, and Sangu on. And then hopefully Mather as well. And I'll bring on Araujo, I think. And that'll do for now. As Exeter play it around at the back. Dale to Chaplin, ball forward. Orr wins the header and the highlight comes to an end. And this time it's an Exeter highlight. Deep corner, headed away. Smith picks up the loose ball though, finds Chaplin. His shot always rising. And it does go over the crossbar. I'm going to take Zach Orr off and bring on Dinel Simiu. And final change is going to be Hendry for Kukulon. In fact, we're not able to do another one. Hendry's free kick. Wiradoo with the downward header. And the shot is cleared. Dale brings it over halfway. Finds Beaumont. And the highlight comes to an end. Into the final minute. Plus 4 minutes of added time. And there it is, confirmed. Exeter City 0, Fleetwood Town 2. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode as we make the trip to play Doncaster Rovers. The team for this one then is Pym in goal, back four of Earl, Orr, Stickland and Johnson. Hendry at the base of midfield, Kukulon and Wiradoo ahead of him, Mather on the left, Hayes on the right, Fitzpatrick up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well my assistant thinks we emphasise the credit given by the media. I'm going to disagree with him actually. We're going to focus on how good our home form is and how important that is. So let's pump the fists, make home advantage count, and let's get out there and try and do exactly that. So as always, first 10 minutes is going to dictate what our first intervention is, and the first highlight is a Doncaster Rovers highlight, and they're in behind our back four. Plant has the shot straight at Pym, and the highlight comes to an end. So it's going to be a demand more after 10 minutes. And we're going to see if we can start to turn things around. I mean, we do have to bear in mind that Doncaster are doing well. They're immediately above us in the league. Hall with the ball forward. Orr wins it, finds Johnson. Wiradoo back to Johnson. Can we break on them? Into Hayes. Plays it over the top. Fitzpatrick doesn't get there. Johnson wins it back though. Wiradoo to Hendry. Orr in space. Into Kukulon. Mather plays it for Fitzpatrick. And Daniel Fitzpatrick has an 8th goal of the season for himself. And it is Fleetwood Town 1, Doncaster Rovers 0. And that has lifted us above Doncaster and into 4th place in the league. We're on 13 points as it stands, just 3 adrift of leaders Reading. And it is a Doncaster Rovers corner. Outswinger headed away. But Anderson will get another chance. The shot is slightly too high. And the highlight comes to an end. So it looks like we are going to go in at half time with a 1-0 lead. Although there is another highlight. Asta back to Olowu. It's played forward. Orr wins it. Kukulon to Hayes. Into Fitzpatrick. But it's it's one back. Mather to Fitzpatrick. And he's got himself a second goal. Fleetwood Town 2. Doncaster Rovers 0. And Joseph Olowu is getting the blame for that. Maybe justified, maybe not. That is half time, 2-0 up. Let's get in the dressing room, encourage the lads. Going well. No, well done on controlling possession. Do we need to make any changes? I'm going to say at this point, no, we don't. So let's get out there and start the second half. We are going to keep an eye on Hendry, just in case he starts to tire, being on a yellow card. We don't want him getting overtired and making a silly mistake. So Hendry is going to be the first change, and Jensen Metcalf, his replacement. Coleman's going to come on for Wiredu. And we're then going to need to make 3 final changes in one go, which we'll do after this highlight comes to an end, as Fitzpatrick's won it, gets in on goal, but he's blazed it high over the crossbar. So we are going to make those last 3 changes now with 10 minutes to go, and we're going to take Darnell Johnson off and bring on Dinel Simiu. We're going to take Josh Earl off and bring on Harvey Araujo. And for my final change, I am going to do James McLaughlin for Cian Hayes and confirm that. So all 5 subs used, less than 5 minutes of normal time remaining. There'll be a fair amount of stoppage time, 3 minutes, and we're well over halfway through that now, as we get a highlight with a throw in. Araujo into Metcalf. So Mather goes inside, goes for the curler, but too much height on it, and that surely will be the last of the action. Bishop with the goal kick. The highlight does continue. I'm not overly worried at the moment. McLaughlin plays it over the top, but Hap wins it. It's played forward by Doncaster, and we pick it up at the back. Pim, and that's full time. Fleetwood Town 2, Doncaster Rovers 0. I'll be back in a moment to show you the league table and tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, time now to take a look at the league table, and with 6 games gone, we've got 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat, so 13 points on the board, 3 points adrift of leaders Reading. So let's have a look at when we're going to come back, and I think, let's have a look. I was hoping to show you a game against Reading, but we've played them at the start of the season. So we will come back for the back-to-back away games towards the end of October against Plymouth Argyle and Bradford City. And if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.